Hello, welcome to this new edition of Tana Commands in AI. I'm super happy to have you here for the second edition actually of this new series of events I'm running on commands and AI. Um, and it's been super cool to work examples out with you and extrapolate new ideas and then get down and create new examples and it's been really rewarding, and I want to thank everybody for joining because without you this wouldn't be really possible. So thank you so much for caring and for watching the first edition, and even you guys, the one that are joining the second one. I've got so many good feedback on the first edition, and I'm super happy about that. Last time there was no autofill, there was no auto tag, so we will look into new features, so system nodes that have come out, like insert Tana past, which is also super handy when we want to create workflows that imply adding new nodes to the data template, for instance. And it's super cool to just have commands that can only input a search node, for instance, and that's really powerful, and I've been using it a lot lately. We will also look into manipulating some JSON data we get from Apple Health, and specifically from Apple Watch and an Aura Ring. This is a workflow that I created for a client, and I will not look into how to get the data out of your iPhone or Mac and into Zapier, then into Tana, because that's something that I will do in a tutorial that's coming soon. I'm working on it, and I will only look into manipulating the JSON we get from the Apple Health dump, and structure it with the use of not only commands but also especially AI. And this is super powerful because I will also show you how to sort of create kind of formulas with it, and these will also allow us to create nice visualizations for our objectives. We will also look into creating an app for buyer personas. This has been really cool to create, and there are quite a lot of these mega prompts for ChatGPT that requires you to give context to ChatGPT, and then generally they give you kind of a script to follow, and then variables to change all around the text, and I will show you how easy it is to just create apps that are self-contained and make use of not only AI to structure the data, but also Tana's search nodes and fields relations, and to then make sense of the data you generate with AI. This is super important because I guess whenever you do stuff in bulk with AI, you want to make sense, you want to be able to edit, you want to be able to retrieve this stuff easily, and with Tana it's been a joy, and I can't wait to show you how it has improved, not only in the way it works, but also auto tag and auto fill have been pivotal, and the AI enhanced tag have been game changers as well, because allows you to autofill and most of the time the context will be nailed by the AI itself, which means you will be able to correlate projects to your team members, for instance, using autofill, and this is again a super step forward towards an automated workspace. That it's what Tana aims for, I guess. We are going to see also Tana capture inbox commands. That it's something that I haven't touched last time, but this time, as I said, with auto tag and autofill, everything changed, and I've come up with really cool commands that help me, make sense of what I save from my mobile, which is mainly links, from Twitter and around the web, and stuff I wanna purchase, or stuff that I have to do, for accounting, and it's really been helpful. I don't use transcriptions a lot, but I will touch some of it, so you are independent in creating commands that also imply you inputting your voice, basically in voice notes. And I'm super happy to also dive deep into this, because it's something that I've been exploring, not really in the beginning when the app came out, but lately I've been using more of it, and I'm happy to show you how I use it. Okay, so let's start it off with my Tana capturing box. As you can see, I have a bunch of URLs I've saved from my internet browsing on my mobile. So it's mostly articles, and there is a GitHub link, and there is a product hunt link, and there is a Nike link. So it's about shopping and articles and websites, basically. And what I want to do first, I want to process all these URLs, and I want to use auto tag and autofill to basically fill the titles, the description, and then apply tags, of course. Okay, now what I want to do is configure the Tana capture node, and I want to create a new command that will be my inbox links processing. So I will use I love emojis. I don't know if you noticed. And I want to combine these two. Okay, and I want to turn this into command node, and then I'm gonna open it on the side so we can safely work here without compromising the spacing and everything. Okay, now I want to run a command on all URLs. I will start the command by running by using a run command on our children, and there you go. Then command to run here. Basically what we want to do first is get the title and description of the URLs. So I'm going to create a new command, links, titles, and descriptions, and I'm going to turn to a command node, and then I'm going to use a node filter to say that this command should be run only on nodes that are starting with these two. So basically HTTP and HTTPS. So I'm sure 100% that this command is gonna be run only on URLs, and not, for instance, on my audio node here. Okay. Okay, now that I'm sure that this command is gonna be run on the correct nodes, I can start using system nodes like autofill. I'm gonna add the configuration to autofill the title, then I'm gonna add the option to autofill the description, and then I wanna use GPT-4. In my case, I have access and I am using it. This is another step of the command. Now I can go on and use the auto tag system node, and the tag candidates in my case would be, okay, let's find some super tags. Would be article. Oh my god, this is gonna be super hard to find. Then it's gonna be GitHub. This was easy. Then it's gonna be shopping for sure, and then it's gonna be website in this case, I guess. Yes, let's see if we are not confusing the AI with too many super tags. Okay, now that I have autofill and auto tag in place, I wanna also make sure that when the AI commands are finished, all of the nodes basically would be expanded. So I want to collapse them all, and I can do that with running a command line command, and I can say that this run a command line command should run only if the node has tag, because it's already been tagged by auto tag here, and I wanna collapse all. There you go. We can make a test now and see. As you can see, they're expanded. Yeah, that was cool. Let's see if GitHub works. Sometimes the AI takes some more time to, you know, analyze the URL, but as you can see, it worked really perfectly. And yeah, now I have a bunch of nodes that I can move around. Of course, you can have another command here. That would be amazing, and let's see how to do that. Okay, now that we have our nodes tagged and, you know, perfectly worked out by the AI, we would like to move this out of the Tana capture so we can keep it clean, and we can of course create another command here by again configure node and creating another command here. That would be another emoji. Right, let's see. Yeah, point right and book. Yeah, so move to library, but we will see how to move it in different places. Basically, I like to move them to my library because I know that everything is in place over there, and I feel super confident that it would be future proof. But anyway, let's see. Let's expand this. We can of course again have the same approach. So since we have this command node on our Tana capture inbox, we want to run this on all children of these nodes, so it will always start with run command on all children. and then we add a configuration, and we can command to run. We can say that we want to move nodes. Sorry, move node, and there you go. Okay, now first of all we want to use a node filter, because we want to run this command only on nodes that we have already tagged, so we have already processed, and this ensure that. Then move node target. Here with the new release, you have a bunch of places to set. I use library, but you can use whatever you like. There is people like current day page or day page for create a date, makes also sense. For many other things like pictures, I don't know, we will see that later. We want to also remove the reference, because we don't want to keep a reference here, and that's pretty much it. We can try, and yeah, it worked. Now all of them are in my library, and that's a second command that it's super handy. With two commands now we can process links, and then this is also not useful in this case, but it will also be useful in several other commands that you can create, because basically what does, it's also only moving target nodes to the library or your target node of choice. Okay, now let's see how we can process this voice memo. This is going to be fun. Now we need a new command for sure. I don't wanna really think about emojis here, so I'm gonna say process voice memo, and I'm gonna turn it to a command. Usual stuff. Again, this is something that I want to run on all the voice memos I have on my in my Tana capturing box, possibly. So I will start with a run commands on children, and then I will start by creating the first command that will be transcribed for sure. Okay, we need a node filter to say that this transcription needs to be run only on nodes that are audio nodes, and then we can safely use the transcribe audio system node from Tana. I want a target node. I can make it on the spot. There you go. Now I have this field definition that it's here. It will be created on the spot. Okay, and then yeah, I wanna definitely use a transcription prompt. Transcribe the audio file without summarizing, because it tends to do summarizations. Correct for grammatical mistakes where needed. Nothing else really. First part of our command is done, because it's gonna process the audio and it's gonna put the transcription into the transcription field. I can go ahead and create my second part, which will be extracting action items in my case, or this use case. And I'm gonna do another node filter. I need to run this command again only if the node is an audio node, and then I'm gonna use SKI to prompt. I'm gonna use a prompt from an app I'm creating on meetings. I'm gonna also clone reference this here. Okay, I want to use the new model in case it's like a super long message. In this case it's 1.5 minutes. It's not gonna be super long, but you know, just in case, you can use the new 3.5 turbo 16K, which gives you much more context. And I can use insert output strategy to insert these as childs, so they are you know, childs of this voice memo node. I guess this is done, and then I wanna organize these action items, because currently what it does, it gives you the transcription and then it just outputs some really good action items, which makes a lot of sense. But I wanna really, you know, make these into projects and tasks, and I wanna relate these tasks to each project, you know. So for instance, if I have a planned summer trip, this should be a project, and these could be tasks for this project. And I can simply do that by, you know, adding a new step to my command. I'm gonna keep these because they might be handy. Okay, I'm gonna call it organize it for me, and I'm gonna say again, node filter only if it does audio. AI, and then we need another prompt. Okay, we need to analyze the list of action. Organize it into projects and tasks. Very simple. I'm gonna say input planned summer trip, and then the second would be these four. Okay, and the input is done. Then I'm gonna say the output should be really simple. It's basically going to be the same thing. I'm not gonna use auto tag and autofill here because it would be just overcomplicating. And for what I want to do, I really simply wanna, you know, create a project out of this, and I wanna nest these tasks under it, because basically what happens is that the node, the project node is gonna auto initialize on these tasks, and this is gonna be super helpful to, you know, make just one step instead, you know, of then having to make sense with autofill of the context of the task, and it would be much more complicated, I think. So I like to keep it simple, and I'm gonna say that you only need to nest this, and I'm gonna copy these ones, and I'm gonna perhaps name them here, and I'm gonna do again the cloning, and I'm only gonna add the task here. That's it. let's see. Done. Now I need to give it the real input, which is gonna be only the content. For is gonna be sys content, because we don't want to give in to the AI the title or the field that we add in the first place. We only want to give it the child node, so we can use sys content, and it will do exactly that. And then output, and it's done. I'm gonna use GPT-4 for this because it's super good. And I'm gonna say that I want to replace contents. Okay, now I have 3 steps. First, transcription, putting the transcription inside the transcription field, then out of this transcription extrapolating action items, and then organizing these action items into projects and tasks for me. This is all gonna be run simultaneously, so let's just try. Yes, it's adding the transcription field, and then it's keeping going. Now it's getting the action items done, and now it will replace all the content with projects and tasks. Let's see. GPT-4 is a bit slower, but I mean, yeah, you can see. Okay, summer 3 project with a bunch of tasks. Makes sense. This was basically my example, so it was easy to nail. But yeah, it all makes a lot of sense. And it's done for you basically. Now, yeah, I can move this to my library and Tana capture inbox 0. Okay, as you can see, I've synced to my Tana from Tana capture a bunch of pictures that I've taken during May and June, and I want to apply a super tag. I want to also retain the date of the snap, not the date I have imported the picture, but the actual date I have taken the picture, and I can extract it from the title, of course. And then I want to, of course, move the picture to my library, so it's, you know, again, inbox 0. Okay, first of all, I want to configure the node again, create a new command, heartbeat. I'm gonna work on the command here, and it would be, of course, run command on all children, and I'm gonna run a command that is an auto tag. No, it's an auto tag because it's only one tag that I want to add, and I'm gonna use a node filter because I want this to be run only if the node is an image or is a video. The tag that I want to add is moment. Add tags is done, and then I can move ahead, and next step would be asking the AI. First of all, node filter only on moment. Now here what I want to do is extract basically the date from the title and apply it to the date field here. So what I will do is basically say find the uni date in the picture title and render it in the format below, and I will say input I'm gonna paste the input here. Output, the output will be Tana date, and it will be in this case 2023 05 11, yeah. And then I'm gonna give the other input that it's the name of the node, and I want the output. Let's make it even clearer. Sorry. There you go. The target node should be the date field. The output strategy should be to replace the contents, and of course in my case the model to use is GPT-4. This part is actually done because that's all we need. Let's see if it works. Yep. It worked. I don't know this no or no access. I'm getting this since a bit of time on this super tag, but anyway. Now yeah, I can use my move to library if I wanted to, but I can also, you know, apply another step to the process, and I can say that, you know, I want you to also run another command that would be move photos to library, and it will run only on moments, and it will do use the move node and move to my library. That should work. Let's see. That didn't work. Mistake might be here. Because in reality what I want to do is run a command on all children, then I want to move the node, but I want to move the nodes there are moments. Oh yeah, it was working already, but I did forget to use the remove reference after moving node, so that's why it wasn't working. Yeah, not moving because it's already a target. But yeah, anyway, this is the use case. I want to just make sure it works for sure. Let's see if by creating a new one it is going to move them to my library. Yeah, anyway, they are here. That's it. I think this gives you more or less a good idea of what you can do with Tana capture, how to approach, commands that process your Tana capture data. And I guess I showed you all my use cases. I think it's mega helpful. I have actually something that I have super handy. It's this command on my day super tag that basically what it does, it's opening Tana capture on my side. In this case that was a mistake, but if I was to do this, basically it will open my Tana capture on my side, and this is super handy and can be done by running a command line command using the node context that is the Tana capture. So this command is only gonna be run on the Tana capture node, and then the command line command doc node on right will put it on the right, and that's super handy. Okay, now I want to show you something really cool that it's manipulating JSON gotten from an API request that you have made on, I don't know, whatever service. In this case, I'm gonna show you a dump of health data from a client of mine that is coming from Apple Watch and an Aura Ring. And I'm not gonna show you the process of importing the data, extracting the data from your Mac or iPhone, and then getting into Tana. But I will show you how to manipulate the data itself inside Tana once you got the JSON dump. This is gonna be super fun, and let me start by creating a super tag. Yeah, health data. Ultra tag, yes. This my command ultra tag is basically creating a command, a super tag, moving it here and opening the bug so I can choose a nice color. And there you go, I have my super tag here. I need data metrics field. I want this to be always hidden. Then I need a process field. it's gonna be a checkbox, and then I want, of course, a date field. I'll create a new one and have a date field here. I'm gonna use the feature name. Oh, there we go. Okay, if there is a date, it's gonna be shown in the title, but we don't have a date in the JSON dump. We need to extract it, and that's why we need a bunch of commands. I mean, we're gonna create a command, and then it's gonna be some commands inside it. Okay, the main command is gonna be process health data, and this is gonna be doing a bunch of things. I want to keep this up here for clarity, and what we're going to do is to, first of all, we run this command only if processed is not marked as checked, otherwise this command is not going to be visible. So there you go. Okay, we can already paste the metrics here. I need them again. Let's hide this. Okay, now what we need to do first is to process the data's date, because basically what's happened is that this node, this data is gonna be your previous day's health data, because it's gonna be imported at midnight, and it's gonna be like you know, on Saturday at midnight is gonna be Friday's data. And what we're gonna do is extract again the data from the date from the data, so we don't mess it up, because otherwise the node creation time will be on Saturday, you know, and we would mess up the date here, which is super important to make sense when these data is being, you know, generated basically. Okay, so we need first command that would be process data state, and we need an ASCII here. We need a prompt. Okay, in the JSON file, prompt is done. Now we need to give it context. I'm going to use this context here because most of the time the JSON dump is gonna be long, and you don't want to, I mean, if it's longer, you want to send it over 2 prompts, so you make sure that every part of the context is given to the AI. I think the prompt is done. We need a target node that will be the date. We need a batch prompt context, which will be data metrics, and in order to use. Okay, this first part is done, and it's only going to extrapolate the data here. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that it refers to June 14, and this first part is done. Now we need to actually process the data. This step is gonna be the actual data processing, and it's gonna be an SKI. This also needs like really detailed, a really detailed prompt, and not really detailed in a way that, you know, a long one, but it's been tested and tested, so I'm sure of what I'm doing. This is to ensure that it's not outputting nodes without data. Example. Okay, the JSON is gonna be again data metrics. And the example output. Here we're doing Tana-based structure, basically. Okay, we need to be detailed here, so I will create a structure that the AI can follow. I know what type of data I want. And then I'm indenting, making it a field, and then giving a date. Here would be minimum, maximum, and average. Just copy this over because it's always gonna be the same, and then it's gonna be embed, sleep, step, suggestions, then it's also gonna be fancy somehow. It's gonna interpret and possibly change steps to, you know, something else that it's also relevant. So here I want a total with my total steps. Then I want a steps field, and inside this field I want the list of my steps. Okay, next one. It would be also the date. Speed. I didn't get that. Cycle distance again, I need total, and resting heart rate. These are enough examples to give to the AI so it knows what to generate. We want these to be inserted as child. In order to use GPT-4, of course. And I think we can try and see what happens. First thing first, it's going to extrapolate the date, and then now we are going sending the dump to the AI. Let's see what happens. Now GPT-4 is gonna take some more time, but yeah, you can see that the result is mega. Let's analyze, let's see. It's perfect. Now I can go ahead and, you know, promote this field. I don't get why the date it's not being promoted. I don't get this. Anyway, always the date. This date field didn't really work how I wanted. Anyway, yeah, I was using step, and it did use step count. The AI in this case, it's been like just a little bit fancy, not that much. That's perfect. Okay, now we have some data and some fields, especially some fields on these super tags. Now what we want to do first of all is step count and cycle distance. We can configure these two super tags, cycle in distance and step count. I want to have an objective that would be, I don't know, 10,000 steps, and then I have a status. The status is gonna be an AI enhanced field with a custom prompt. This is gonna be let's get it here. I had a bubble clone reference. There you go. Okay. Should be good to go. We can use now the same fields here. Status that it's in step count, yes, and the objective for the cycling distance would be 5 miles, for instance. Here we want to also steps, so it's like correct. And now what we want to do is we want to run these fields, these AI fields, when we are processing the data. And so we can add another one here. Let me create it. Run AI fields, and then I can simply use run commands on all children. Add configuration, I can use run AI fields, and that's it. Yes, I think so. Okay, let's start over. The data is here. Let's process the data. The date first, and then the data. Let's see what's happening here. It's taking more than earlier, but now yeah, it's running. Has run the AI fields. The AI fields are working. Let's see. Oh, the problem is that it didn't really work on the steps. Oh yeah, it did. Basically, it was a different super tag, yeah, step count. So what I should do now is change step count. This is good. Steps, I don't want them. Okay, let's try again. Let's see if this time the step count is taken into consideration. Yes. Okay, it worked. Now what I want to also do is to mark this as processed, which is the last step. And this only needs to be a set field values and field to set processed to processed. And this would be the end of it, so that the process health data command will not be visible anymore on the node. Now what I want to do is to have some work on the node titles. For instance, in cycle distance, now that we have this nice visualization, we might use this here and have, you know, name and an arrow and status. There you go. That's super beautiful. And you can do the same for step count. And then, I don't know, for sleep analysis you could have That's super handy. So you have a glance informations without even opening the node, and it's super cool. Now let's see this process all together. Again, we just import this, we click process health data, and there we go. We start with the date, then it does the actual data processing, which is the long step. There is doing the AI processing. Go AI, go. It's done. It's downloading the result. There you go. It's coming in any minute now. There you go. Now it's running the AI fields, as you can see, and marked as processed. There you go. This is the whole process, start to finish. And yeah, it's super cool.